I welcome you to my Barber Life channel. If you're a beginning barber and want to quickly learn how to turn your client from this to this, sit back, continue watching, and like the video. All right, so what I'm going to do is debulk some of this front corner right here. My guy has some curly hair that grows in every direction. Yeah, say something in the comments if you've experienced that type of hair. You gotta treat each section individually. So as you can see, I got the mid fade pretty much done on this guy already. I'm just going and doing some detail work, and you know what, we're gonna drop that beat and we're gonna get to the lineup and the spongy top. All right, so I got my Babyliss Effects trimmers, and sometimes I use the corner of the eye as my mark. This time I'm coming in about a good quarter in from the corner of the corner of his eye. Ugh. All right, so made my mark. So I'm lining baby hairs right here, and then I'm gonna start the C cup shape and make it meet that line that I made. And since I'm working with really light hairs, I am kind of doing a lot on this. You could also spray this, but this is an all natural cut. So, and now you can see when I turn them, you can see that it actually made it really neat. All right, so don't be scared to control your client's head. You have to be in control. Face your client towards you. And then what I did right here was I pretty much marked where the bottom, I pretty much marked the C cup on the left side and matched it on the right side. So I made myself a mark. Now I'm on the right side and I'm beginning that same C cup shape over here. You have to be patient. So now I'm going to the bottom and I'm making my mark so I know exactly where my little C swoop should even stop at. So in this corner, I'm debulking a little bit. Some of my guys like to cut off that front bar area and lay that front hair down. That's not what this guy is requesting. So I'm just gonna debulk it so the line could be very defined. All right, I'm gonna dust them off. I got those Babyliss Effects in there. So remember, I was about a quarter inch in from the corner of his eye. So I'm doing the same thing on the opposite side. Sometimes I'll try to mark a body part like that and the hair is just different on the other side. So I have to improvise a little bit. So look like we're doing pretty good though. All right, so now I got them sponge. It's sponge time. Some people use the actual sponge. Me, I like the racket because it's easy to clean, and I'm real big on my tools being clean, and I'm also real big on things being easy to clean. I don't like things that take forever to clean. And so what I do is I come counterclockwise on that right side, and then on the left side I go clockwise. So I needed to juice them up. I didn't think the curls were coming out tight enough, so I'm using some of my Ashtay Heavenly Foam. Shout out to Ashtay. This stuff is nice, it lasts, but it's not oily and greasy. All right, so again, counterclockwise on that right side, all the way to the middle of that head. All right, I'm gonna face them towards me. It's time for that front lineup. Gonna go ahead and make that middle point, that middle mark I'm going up to my highest, lightest area, and that's where my line will start. And I made a little reference to the direction I was gonna go on the right, and then I went back to the left, and then I'm coming back to the right now. And if I step back and look at it often enough, I could see little adjustments I need to make in order to get it to have a nice symmetry. And don't get too happy and push that middle back too much. So I'm actually coming off the head and I'm actually landing on the lineup by cutting at an angle, cutting through some of the bulk still. And sometimes it's just little frizzies, but I'll do that, and then that way it just looks so clean once you land on the forehead from that angle. All right, so he's getting there. He's getting there. All right, I'm gonna work these corners in a little bit. One thing to remember is step back a little bit and take a look at where. So you may be working on the right side of your blade, but make sure you're very conscious of where the left side of your blade is stopping, because every barber's made that mistake where you had a nice little corner lined up, but then you went over it and you just went too far in. So then you gotta push the line back or ask them if they're like apart or something like that. And he has a natural lean right here, so I'm trying to keep it looking natural, but shape him up a little bit. Redirect it just a little bit. You can see I'm hella focused. Oh man, it's funny watching yourself do this. Yeah, I get deep in it. It's like it's my art. It's my artistic expression. All right, so right now I'm looking at him in the mirror. That mirror is my proof. That's it. That's the proof of what's going right and what's going wrong. Your eyes will tell you a lot, but the mirror is gonna give you the rest of the story. So use your mirror. Don't be scared of the client seeing your cut not looking so good. Why? Because you're working on it. So I look in that mirror and now I could tell, when I look back at the hair, after looking in the mirror, I could see exactly what I couldn't see before. I could see exactly where the problem is. It's a trip. And if you notice, I did the curly top, I did the sponging before the lineup because it just looks so much cleaner this way, and the curls look way more framed in. It's just a much cleaner finish. I do know some people do it the opposite way, but me personally, I think it's gonna look much cleaner. And then also your line, it will be much more accurate because you take that sponge around it, man, you moving hairs around and everything. So yeah, that's my suggestion. Well, that's my style. All right, just balding some of that, the bottom of that fade out on this side. The tough part is I'm cutting a lot of baby hairs on those corners, so at the far distance, it's kind of hard to tell that we got him a decent C cup, but you'll see at the end. Right now, I noticed that I need to do a little bit of fade cleanup at the bottom. So drop that beat, DJ. So sometimes when I'm finished doing all of this, I do have a little detail work that I see. Again, I'm looking in that mirror and I'm looking for one thing, I'm seeing other things. So yeah, detail work again. All right, so I'm cutting with my Hanzo shears, my Hanzo 6.5 scissors, cutting some of those long scraggly hairs off. Again, leaving them, sending them out, just looking really cleaned and groomed. Yeah, that's just an order to do things in so you give a certain feeling when they're done. You know, if you feel itchy and hairy, man, even if the cut is nice, that's something you gotta fight through for a while. When you feel good and fresh, clean, and you know your cut is clean, oh man, can't nobody tell you nothing. It's that feeling. All right, so I got my razor and I'm gonna go very, very gently and stop, like literally right at the clipper lineup. That razor is so sharp, if you touch the hair on your clipper lineup, you'll kind of throw a wave into your line. Make sure to stretch that skin. Always stretch that skin. So yeah, even after I do my razor lineup, I do go back over it again with the clippers. any tool could throw it off a little bit. So I feel like the trimmers always leave the cleanest finish, especially when you have that bulk in the front. All right, man. It's that time. I'm gonna give him that mirror. Ah, man, been cutting this dude since he was a little dude. It's a trip. All right, let's see if we got some approval.
What you say?
Said I like it. You gonna do it every time?
Man, well, I mean, you know what I'm saying. I don't mind hearing that. I mean, you know, that's what.
So, thank y'all again for tuning in. Thank you, Babyless.